His only loss, in fact, was ready. It's that simple. Speaking of being ready,
Dean Victor's only.
Cruz, as people claim, that's just.
if you look at the knockout percent, McCallum and is reddening under.
Strong as a. He looks big in there, doesn't he?
Loss in 41 fights. Italian citizen.
People are just totally writing him off. And it doesn't mean you're done in boxing.
McCallum's corner.
Eddie Fudd.
Book, and he's a great education in the sport. Citizens in the sport of boxing, Eddie Fudd and Ray are those two guys maybe than anybody.
He wants a very slow pace. I don't know the first 2 or 3 or 4 rounds.
This first round, McCallum just kind of showing Cruz the jab. Consistently, though.
Establishing his big percentage but throwing a lot.
There is a little reddening, as we mentioned, under the eye of Cruz.
Counter left hand by Carlos Cruz. And I think if
it's also, I'll tell you a little bit. I think he is cut a little bit over there. Carlos Cruz from Santiago.
He was 68-4 as an amateur, and wanted to be on the Chile Olympic team. Performer, you know what it's like? He's like Chet would get his 20-25 quiet ways.
To go a little bit later before he really shows me
a little bit.
Came with the right hand behind the jab, and I'll tell you, it comes right behind it.
And now
from McCallum after 2 rounds, and there.
A good run is what Cruz is going to have. Well, is he going to take the offense to McCallum rounds?
He wanted to get right in McCallum's face and see.
Almost expected to do. And we see table up is the problem with the right eye. You know, it's interesting. We really have seen less body work from Mike McCallum than you normally see in a bout. Using the jab very effectively, but we haven't seen his trademark body punches as much.
Came with the right hand.
It less than scintillating couple of rounds, but there is a message. Cruz is really looking
corner and basically say, "Oh, yes, low blow." For 3, Cruz doing a little bit more,
landing a right hand right at the end of the round.
Yeah, he turned away.
Hey, we're going to be off for a month. That's great. I'm gonna go do some singing. I'm east on September 3rd. It seemed like yesterday I did that. Out there. We'll have some fun. There's the body work by McCallum. Now you see Mike McCallum going downstairs. But I'll tell you what, he may feel it's a little dangerous, a little counter right, and maybe Mike
be in front to fight him side to side, of course, is preparing him exactly how Tony fights.
That's a very, very good point, Barry. And so this works out well for her in microcosm. Mike McCallum's not a very impressively, but as in the case here against Cruz, see, he's not totally and completely dominating Carlos Cruz, but in scintillating bout.
He appeared to hurt McCallum.
He's made McCallum respect him a little.
That at some point Cruz is going to have to. And they're starting.
Who I predict is going to be a very good pro quarterback.
I like Troy, California.
I'm going to run out now and no picks on those guys.
Love a Cruz. And as you can see, not doing enough to win rounds.
And the 40% or 39% connect ratio from Mike.
Insufficiently stopped in the corner of Cruz.
That is what he is. And as you get the job done 99% of the people don't like Methodical if they like flashy.
7. Mike McCallum has only had 3.
Beat Harold Graham to win the middleweight championship. Good shot down title in Europe against a European boxer. It's a scary situation. McCallum,
fighter, at least in terms of
dimensional fighter, a lot of foot speed because he's got the uppercut.
Cruz in a situation now he can really not afford to give away.
Well, here is where the low blow happens, and yes,
like all the others have. As you might expect, a shutout is hard.
Busier, more effective, and just, you know, boxing.
Again, Cruz 15 total con. But what it does for Cruz is it eliminates his winning a decision. He's going to have to go try to knock McCallum out. And, of course, that's a very dangerous thing.
And very difficult to do. And guess what? As a pro,
fighting a guy who's not a gimme.
Now, number 8th ranked, and And he has not been threatened, really. He's been hit with a couple of nothing too radical
himself.
No, but I think what he would need to show in these last 5 rounds is that he wants to take a shot at win. I thought in about the 3rd or 4th round and then stop.
And he's also not going side to side as he did earlier in the fight. He's right in front of McCallum now.
And you don't want to box.
That was a right hand by Cruz, but it wasn't really on
jab of McCallum. Once in a while it gets there, but not enough.
So we come to the end of the 6th round, and once again the story is Mike McCallum and what.
Here's Mike McCallum showing you he has a good arsenal of punches. He really has a lot of punches.
Is going to have to go out and try to get Mike McCallum. And that's easy. First 6 rounds, as you see, McCallum.
Well, this is exactly the time when can he get it done? He wants to push McCallum back. Legs, the 34-year-old legs will be
conserved a lot of middleweights. 10 rounds, non-title. McCallum is the middleweight champion of the. No. We've been working together too long.
you thought you were Al Michaels earlier.
That's right. I can't remember. I get all those Al's mixed up.
We've got a month to work on our identity crisis and come back strong in October.
I'm going to wear a name tag.
Anybody.
By about 2.5 years.
You're the only one that can. Dracula's giving a lot of warnings to McCallum. That one for pushing up there.
But Cruz at this point, he doesn't quite seem to.
His offensive attack has been sporadic.
Crafty defensive posture in this round. Offensively not doing a lot. Enough, and McCallum doing just enough.
McCallum is showing us he has a left uppercut as well.
McCallum comes right out working the body. It seems like McCallum wants to pick the offense up a little bit the other way. I can't imagine any judge giving any round to Cruz.
For him, or what do you think?
Something like that. And a left hand, down goes Cruz, right on the side of the head.
An exquisite double left hook by McCallum. It started with the left to the body, and he came right up to the head with it.
And now McCallum pressing it. You can tell the way McCallum came out in this round. Another left hand.
What a smart boxer. The double left hook to work. He's gone back to it 3 or 4 times already.
And that uppercut now is being a good weapon. And in Cruz's corner, they want him to hold on. Cruz is still hurt. And McCallum is biding his time like a champion.
Mike McCallum's such a smart guy. I've seen him use the double left hook to the body and the head about 6 times since the knockdown, because that's what got Cruz down. And it almost...
McCallum not wasting anything. He knows he's got his man in trouble. He knows
if Cruz goes down again, it will be from yet another left hook, and it will follow a left hook to the body. You can
trouble. He's got no legs at all. McCallum drives a right hand home. McCallum's had good success with the uppercut too since the hooks. Isn't going to take much.
Time.
It did. It just means it'll be a 10-9 round. That was a slip, an ankle. I don't believe so. It didn't count at all.
Cruz landed a good
down in it. So at the very least, it would be a 10-9 round instead of a 10-8 round. Of the above.
McCallum had a point deducted for the low blow. That was very low. Very low. And Draculich did warn him several throughout to Mike McCallum.
In the 8th round, McCallum just being consistent, but that's on the downs off.
Carlos Cruz
wanted out of this fight.
Yeah, this doesn't hurt him one bit. He's going to get 9 or possibly 10 rounds of work. Has not been severe eye that's swelling underneath
the first round. He doesn't look like he's really slowed. In fact, he threw.
I love his demeanor in the ring.
Yes.
Nothing
about. He got caught up in the numbers with Manny Stewart. He's had a couple of management problems. Has been now.
Eddie made a very good point to us. He said, you know, Mike McCallum listens. He said, if you...
Eddie Futch, talent doesn't always get it with Eddie Futch. You got to be pretty strong character. Bo, with whom he is working, and I don't mean so much about Bo's ability as a fighter, although he did talk about that.
For Eddie Futch work, do that.
Good body shot from McCallum. Left hand. Sure, they come as a welcome relief to Carlos Cruz.
Thought it was interesting in the last, in between rounds, and to Michael points away from it. With the ones he has thrown. Well, it's true Carlos Cruz now can say if he goes the distance, he went 10, big uppercut, but with McCallum, if he can survive this round. But in truth, you have to...
Sure that at least on a couple of the judges' cards, you will hear the number 100, which would indicate that McCallum has won every round. Of course, indicates just what you said to win the fight.
Probably the best strategy is what that happens. He's outside. I want to be in a situation where that could happen.
Yeah,
you know, this is not a comparable situation. Tony's a better fighter than Cruz, and McCallum's at 168, but it's good. I think it's a very even match, and I think it should be excellent. And James Toney showed us a lot in beating Reggie Johnson, who's a very, very trainer. He says it all the time. The boxers improve vastly when they become champions.
so that really...